Let's log back into Hotutils. Alright, so first thing, let's go ahead and take a look at the squads to see if anything's obvious that needs to be updated. So we go into our guild squads, and we tag all the ones that we use for our plans get tagged as TW defense. And the ones that are tagged TW offense are the ones that get used when people are using the report functionality. And you can see that like some of these we have them tagged for both, so we don't have to create two separate ones. All right, so I'm just gonna take a quick look. To be honest, I don't remember if there's anything that like specifically we need to update. This is where I think it would be more helpful if we got some more engagement from the guild in terms of what they want to see in terms of assignments. If like there's people who have like unique assignments or something like that, that would be pretty helpful. I think I created this last week, a Hondo Mandalorians team. Let's take a look at our Separatist lineup real quick. So it's gonna look for Gear 13, Grievous, and B1. B2 and Magna Guard can be Gear 12. The same thing with Droideka. The issue that we were having is like people that have the Omicron on Droideka not getting it assigned. But this is saying like you need to have the Omicron in Droideka at Gear 12. This should pick everyone up. And if you don't have Droideka with the Omicron, then it's going to grab Newt at Gear 13. I think this is fine. Let's see. This looks like it's been edited. Maybe. The Java I think looks fine. I guess it's looking for a R7. Gamorrean Guard. But yeah, again, we need to figure out a way to like get more engagement. I don't know if maybe it's like periodically posting one of these templates into the chat and trying to solicit feedback from the rest of the guild. I mean, as a territory war officer, it doesn't mean that I am like the end all be all. I know everything about PvP. I know everything about all the lineups and the counters and etc. That's not reality. In reality, I'm a facilitator. And so I think that what I need to do is just figure out a way to, crowdsource the knowledge of our guild. And that's really what it's all about. It's supposed to be a team effort, guild effort when it comes to territory war wins. So I think our Star Killer is doing fine. We have 2 of them. We run this one first. This is the ideal lineup, but then there's some folks who don't have Juhani and the Omicron. So then we do this alternate one, which is a bit weaker. Um, yeah, and there's like all this stuff from Renegade when he was trying to like change like the naming conventions and stuff. We need to clean this stuff up, either get rid of it or integrate it into what we're using, or maybe change how we're doing everything else. But I'm going to show you how how I do it. I don't think I'm going to make any changes to the guild squads. So let's go ahead and jump into territory war and then planning. That's where our plans are. There's some construction going on right outside of my house, so might be picking that up on the audio. All right. So here's our template. These are previous territory war instances, but our template with 50 squads per zone is the one that we're going to focus on. I'm kind of wrestling back and forth whether or not we just like copy the template or do we just tweak it each time. I'm not really sure about the point of copying it, to be honest, because I'm going to be doing a bit of maintenance when I go in here. So I think I don't know. Talk to me about this. Maybe, maybe there's a good reason that we copy it, but since I think the only way we would be copying this template for like an individual plan like we had in the past is if we are making changes to the lineup, like who's in, like who joined and who didn't, and that type of thing, and changing the specific number of assignments. You would only do that after we were match made against another guild, but it, the we haven't been match made yet, and we're not doing it that right now. So what we're doing is we're sending out these assignments for everybody in the guild before the setup phase starts. Um, so at that point, I don't think that it makes sense to copy it. So um, we're going to go ahead and go into the view. And so this is basically what it was. This is our setup from last territory war. I think we did lose at least one person. So when that happens, when like you lose somebody, there's a button here to clear the exiled players, so people who aren't a part of it anymore. Before I do that, let's take a look at the settings real quick. So, like I said, 50 squads per zone. We put both of Roger's accounts on preferred defense, and Nino has an agreement as well. So if we knew there was somebody who we like wanted to add a whole bunch to, then we would change that there. We would add them there. I mean, all right, and then let's go ahead and clear out the exiled players, so we can see we lose a few. Like we lost one in zone 6, zone 4, zone 5, zone 8, zone 7. So we only lost like one person. So let's take a look at. I'm not going to just like clear all these out. I don't think that makes sense. I think what we want to do is, well, first off, to try to keep this stuff even, we want to figure out how many squads each person should be contributing based on 50 assignments per zone. So we have 49 members right now, not 50. But if we look at our calculator, so 50 times 8 zones is 400, because I'm not counting the ships. And then divide that by 49 people. So everyone should be placing at least 8. We should have 8 assignments each. Or rather, Um, we shouldn't be asking our members to place more than 8. So let's keep that in mind as we go through our assignments that we already have. So if we look at the player view and the number of squads and fleets that they have assigned, we have a few that are over 8, and we have, see, these are our preferred defense folks, so they are going to have, like, it's ideal to have as many as possible. I think one other thing too is I'm going to need some feedback from these people who are preferred defense, and if there's more teams that they have that we're not assigning, like, I want to know about them, and so we can get them added, because then that's less that the rest of us have to place. So basically everybody so we need to add some more squads, right, to make up for the person that left. But everyone who has 8 we're not going to take a squad from them, basically. So someone who is 7 and below, and it would be best if we use your destroyer. But the thing is, though, your destroyer's GP is pretty low. So if we take more from them, then they're not going to have anything for offense. So let's take a look at what we can add. We didn't add any new players, so that might be kind of difficult. But let's just let's try to keep on the theme. So let's look in Zone 4. Let's see if any Jabba the Hutts are available. Maybe there's a newly minted one. So we click on Jabba the Hutt and add. So I sort this by squad GP. The ones that are checked are already added. So it looks like we have CRN. So these ones are kind of up and coming. I'm tempted to add one of these two. We don't need all the assignments, so maybe they don't place them. If they place them, I'm like, I don't know, whatever. If I add CR and then I need to take some away from him somewhere else, I might do that. I think we want our Jabbas on defense. So let's add CRN's Jabba the Hutt. Oh, so this must be new, a new unlock for CRN. Okay. So let's add that. And so now that we know that we put CRN over the top, we need to take some away from him. So what we can do is we can search and then change it off a normal mode, or to normal mode off a compact mode, and we actually see the squads. So CRN has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's take one off. Let's probably give him his general. Oh no, he's got the Droideka Omicron. Oh yeah, let's take his. I mean, we've been putting all the gas on defense as well. Hmm. Hey, so I guess it's really we're looking at one of these. And maybe I'll ask him which one he'd prefer to use on offense. But I'm just going to make a decision now. Let's Let's free up his Mandalorian team. All right. So we'll get rid of the search. We'll go back to compact mode so we can see how we stand again. So we fixed that zone, but we made a hole in another zone. Let's take a look again. So Ciaran's at 8, so that's perfect. Oh crap, I backed completely out of it. All right, so what zone do we need to fix next? I'll do the ships last. So General Skywalker, do we have any General Skywalker squads that haven't been assigned to defense? I usually like to sort by GP. I mean, it's different depending on what I'm trying to do, but yeah, I think we just lost one because there's only 49 people in the guild. So we're gonna have to put something, some other type of filler or something in here. Hmm. Let's wait on that one. Let's look at our GGs. Well, there's 49 and there's 49 people, so this is complete. That means everyone's General Grievous is on defense as well. So both those spots are going to have to get filled with something that's different from the zone that they're in. Actually, might move something from zone 9 here up, like one of these JMKs. So if we want to do that, it's a little tricky. Because this button here allows you to move from one zone to another. But the thing is, I don't want to move all 3 of them. I just want to move 1 to 6 and 1 to 7. So the way we can accomplish this is kind of annoying, but we go into normal mode and we go down to zone 9. So here's zone 9. Find a JMK. Here's one. And then move, the buttons here. Move this squad to another zone, and let's put this in zone 6. And then I'm pretty sure it was zone 7 was the GG's. So let's find another JMK and put this in zone 7. That's how you move individual squads. So then we will go back to compact mode, and we can see now we're full up, and we can see our JMKs are in zone 6 and 7. Okay, that's great. We're looking pretty good now. We just need to add probably some filler. I think what I'm going to do, because I was adding like some filler like Ewoks and Heras at the end of zone 10. So let's go ahead and move let's move 4 squads from here up to zone 9 and then put some just filler crap into zone 10 for now. So it'd be easy just move the Karths over, but those aren't really like the better squad. I would rather put like the Malguses or the Bosks in there. So let's be prudent and do that. So we're gonna move 4 Malgus. All right, it seems like I don't know if I have audio right now. So let's move to Compact mode, we're going to zone 10. We're going to find 4 Malguses. So here's one. Move this to zone 9. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. All right. So let's go back into compact mode. We can see zone 9 is full now. So now we need to add 6 more squads to this back zone. So let's just add filler. We have some trash templates here. So let's just add some trash Jawas. Let's go by GP. And so, oh, look, I mean, Rogers has some relic Jawas. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's put these 4 in. Let's not do retro. Let's do Tazen. Okay. Oh, I needed 6, didn't I? I only grabbed 4. That's fine. Let's look at yeah, let's keep going with Jawas because there's at least some Gear 13 folks in here. So we're looking for someone who doesn't have 8. So do this one, and we'll do that one. And that's all of them. So we hit the assign button. And now we're at 50 in zone 10. So we need to add some more fleets. So we put our executors and our profundities in zone 5, and then the basically the rest fill into zone 8, the overflow. So let's take a look and see if there's any new profundities that have not been added. There is. That takes care of that. And then let's add, let's see, let's just double check to see if there's any more. Yeah, there's a couple. Excellent. So really what we want to do is probably move. All right, we need to find the people who have 3 fleets now, because I want us to just have 2 fleets each, like as a max. So let's take a look to see who has the most. So these 3 don't count, but then okay, it's just Nia who has 3 fleets. So let's go back to the zones. Search for Nia. Compact mode. And we can see Nia now has profundity and so since Nia's putting in profundity and executor, let's give back their negotiator. And then also I want profundities in the front, so I'm going to go ahead and move this to zone 5, which means we're going to end up moving an executor back into zone 8. So let's clear this out. Let's move this executor to 8. And are we still 1 short? Back to compact mode. We are 1 short. So let's see if there's any new executors. No. Okay. So let's look for any new negotiators for people who don't already have 2. So we sort by fleet. So yeah, everybody who we don't have enough there. Okay. So let's go ahead and add like let's add malevolences for the people that only have 1 fleet assigned. So we'll take let's go by squad GP. See, so it looks like Hydro has the best squad out of all the people that only have 1 assigned. So that takes care of that. And so now we're all full up, 50 out of 50 everywhere. Everything looks good. Okay, so the next step is let's send out those assignments. Um, so we're going to click on Send Discord DMs. And it's going to say you need to set this plan as active before sending the DMs. Do you want to set it as active? And the answer is yes. And we're getting some errors because we're doing this before like the territory war started and etc. But you can ignore that error. So this is our opportunity to add some more some text when it comes to your assignments, like if we need to ask them to do something specific. So what I'm going to say is place these assignments when the setup phase starts. And then I'm going to say place. So really what this is about. So we're getting 50 per zone, and we don't need those. We don't need all 50 per zone usually. Sometimes we've gotten up to like 49 before, or close to that, and that's really tough. But a lot of times we're like 35, 34, 36 squads per zone. So when that happens, that means a lot of these assignments aren't going to need to be placed. And so the concept here is, if any given territory war, if you want to be more defense heavy, then place all your assignments and place them as early as you can. If you know that you're going to be attacking and you like doing it and you're good at it and that's what you want to do, then don't place all your assignments right away. Place the critical ones, but hold back on a few of them, like specifically the SLK, the Kylo Rens, the Supreme Leader Kylo Rens, stuff like that. It's really up to you. And then as we get closer to the end of the setup phase, if you're holding any of your assignments, that means you need to keep an eye on it. And then if we need assignments and we're not full, then you need to place your assignments that you were holding. So I need to make like a quick and concise way of articulating that through here. And really, I probably should like save it or pin it or something in Discord so we can just like copy it in here so I don't have to rewrite this every time. But so let's see if I can come up with a quick way to articulate that. Place. Let's try this. If you need to be defense heavy, this territory war, place all of your assignments right away. If you want to be offense heavy, this territory war, hold back some of your assignments. If you are holding back any assignments, yeah, let's not make this all bolded. If you're holding back any assignments, you must monitor placement progress and place your assignments if we need them. I don't know if that's very clear, but let's give it a shot. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and copy this, and then let's put this in Notepad for now. And so you could send the assignments to specific players, and then you can select which players you want to send it to. But obviously, we want to send this to everyone. But if you were sending reminders, you can send reminders to specific people. Or if you needed to send the assignment again because somebody didn't get it or something like that, then you can send it to just that one person, not hit the whole guild. So let's go ahead and send the discords. And that's it. So these should start rolling into our inboxes. I think what I'll probably do next time is show how how I build out from scratch, and because that's a little bit, more involved in using the assign squads button, and finding squads, and maybe going into detail on how I do that, how I determine which Lord Vaders should be assigned and stuff like that. So for now, that's all I got, and we'll see you next time.